Hello there, and welcome to the Double Zero Challenge channel. We do just one thing on this channel, that's to take these two dice and see how long it takes before we can roll a double zero. If you would like to play along, make your guess now. All I ask is that you don't disclose it in the comments, keep it to yourself, let other people watch the video and find out for themselves. There will be more to explain as we go along, but with odds of 1 in 100 against us, let's get started. So, roll number 1, and that's a 0, but it's a 5. Remember, we're looking for a double 0, and that's a 0, but it's a 7. That's a 0, but the dice gods are toying with us because that is a 3. That's a 9 and an 8. We have a 0, but we have a 3. And that is a 9 and a 4. And we have an 8 and a 6. And that's a 9 and a 2. We have a 5 and a 9. And that's a 7 and a 3. We have a 5 and a 3. And that's a 5 and a 6. Oops. Okay. If you're a regular viewer, you know there's minimal editing here. So if something like this happens, it falls off the board, you will see it. So we've got a 1 off the board and a 4 on the board. Either way, it's not a double 0, so we carry on. And that's a 0, but it's a 6. That's a 4 and a 5. And we have a 1 and a 3. And that's a 9 and a 2. And we have a double 9. Now, we are looking for double zeros, but we do take account of any other doubles we see along the way, just as a matter of interest, because with the odds of 1 in 100 of rolling a double zero, there are odds of 1 in 10 of rolling any other double. So, slightly behind statistically, but then when do statistics matter under real world conditions? Anyway, we move on. That's a 3 and a 6. And we have a 1 and a 2. And that is a 9 and a 7. And that's a 2 and a 9. And that's a 4 and a 5. And we have a 7 and a 2. That's a 5 and a 1. And that's a 3 and a 4. And a 5 and a 1. That's a 3 and a 5. We have a 0, but we have a 1. And that's a 5 and a 7. We have a 3 and a 6 there. And that's a 1 and a 5. Oh, for goodness sake. Right, that is an 8 on the board and a 1 on the ground. Like I say, anything like that happens, you will likely see it. trouble with this cup is it's very good. It's very I really like how it mixes the dice, but they do tend to slide out from time to time. We shall try to stop that from happening. So that's a 7 and an 8. And we have a 5 and a 6. And that is a double 6. Second double of the session. Yeah, but sometimes the lines are just not far enough apart for my liking. Anyway, that's a 4 and a 2. And we have a 7 and a 2. And that's a 1 and a 7. And we have a 3 and a 4. That's a 0, but it's a 2. An 8 and a 1. And that's an 8 and a 5. And that's a 6 and a 2. And we have a double 9. Putting that on the pile as well, third double of the session. Now, every 50 rolls, we do a massive double hander one. That'll be coming up in just a moment. But first, we have a 5 and a 2. And that's a 5 and a 6. We have a 0, but we have an 8. That's a 6 and a 9. And for the 50th roll, it's a double hander. It's a 0, but it's a 4. So we carry on for 100 rolls. It's a 0, but it's a 5. It's a 0, but it's a 7. It's a 0, but it's another joke. I mean, it's a 2. Dice gods are playing with us today. And that is a double 6. And we have a 2 and a 9. And that's a 0, but it's a 5. And that's a 2 and a 9. We have a 0, but we have an 8. And that's a 5 and a 6. Oops, got another jumper. We have a 6 and a 9 there. And that's a 7 and a 5. That's a 4 and a 2. A 5 and a 7. And we have a 2 and an 8. And that's a 3 and an 8. We have a 0, but we have a 4. And that's a 5 and an 8. And that's a 2 and a 7. We have a 0 and a 0. There we go. That is exactly 65. Yep, 69 rolls. And we have encountered 4 other doubles on the way. So if you said that when you made your guess, well done. Just a reminder, don't leave it in the comments. This is just between you and me. All right, let other people watch the video. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this. You take care and roll on next time.